Okay, so let's go a little bit deeper into this idea of relaxing to receive, the law of detachment, because this is such a powerful part of creating your own reality. Because if you try and create your own reality through your physical brain, which is an artifact of the past, then you are limiting yourself and not allowing the incredibly powerful part of you to simply deliver things to you, because you're trying to stay in control of the creativity in your life. Instead of you setting the intention and allowing it to come to you, allowing it to just be delivered instantly, which it can absolutely be delivered instantly to you. The moment you ask for something, it is available, it is energy, everything you want is available to you. But when we hold on to things, when we think that we are the ones that need to create them, that is what is preventing our creations from coming to us. So let's get into it. You have to let yourself fall into the energy of the version of you that already has it. And it's so, trust me, I get it. It's so hard to let go. Like, I've been on such a journey with this. It's so hard to let go of working hard and trying when we've been conditioned to believe that that is how we stay in control in our life. Trying, working hard, that's how we prove ourselves. That's how we get our self-worth. That's how we get all of these things. That's how we feel loved. We have all of these things that are tied in to us needing to work hard, sacrifice, do all of these things in order to be a whole human being. But it's simply not the case. We are already whole human beings who can have anything we want simply by becoming the frequency of it and then allowing it to literally just walk into our reality. This is an energetic experience and we have complete creative control. So if we believe we have to work hard to get all of these things in our life, that is the reality that we are using our creativity to create. Okay, let's get into it. I'm going to draw. This is a powerful creator of reality. And here they are sitting in their reality. And this is you, okay? Your physical reality is flowing from inside of you. You are the creator of every single part of your physical experience. You are the master builder. You are the artiste of your physical reality. Nothing you ever experience wasn't once a thought, an intention, didn't come from you. You are creating your own frequency, and then you're aligning yourself with aspects of reality. And reality, you have access to the quantum realm. You have access to infinite potential. And infinite potential is constantly flowing through you. The moment you get in alignment with something, it's flowing through you. You are an energy creator. But the energy that you call through you is filtered by your belief systems. It's filtered by your programs. It's filtered by all your definitions about life. And then you experience your inner world. You experience the reality that you are conditioned into believing you can receive. And that's what your physical experience is. Your physical experience is a creative experience that is also filtered by your beliefs and definitions about reality. And then you experience physical reality, hopefully, as a creator, where you look at it and then you say, oh, if I'm experiencing this in reality, then I must have a belief inside of myself. And then you look at the beliefs inside of you, and that's how you evolve. And that's how you evolve your belief systems. And then that's how you evolve your physical reality experience. And you have a brain, you have a physical brain, and you also have a nervous system. And throughout your life, your physical brain and your nervous system has been having a physical experience. And so it's been collecting data. The time you got your heart broken when you were 16, stored. The time your parents told you couldn't go to that concert, stored. The time that you got fired, the time that you got told you weren't good enough, the time that all of this stuff is stored in your brain and nervous system. And so your brain and nervous system throughout your life store these things as beliefs. They store energy that remains unprocessed, unforgiven. It stores all of this data. And then you start to limit your own experience from these limited ideas that you develop about life. For instance, if you were in multiple relationships with women and then all of these women broke your heart, you may now start developing an idea that women are evil. And that comes from a belief that has begun to develop within yourself. And now you only attract women that are evil. And then that further enforces that belief. And then that makes that belief stronger. So that's kind of how we keep reinforcing negative limiting belief systems within ourselves, is by unresolved traumatic experiences that we store in the body, and then they develop and develop and develop into belief systems. And that is all stored in our brain and nervous system. But we also have a higher mind, which is a part of us that remains non-physical. There it is. And even though we are limited by our own physical experience, even though we have a brain and nervous system that is connected to this physical experience and can't really think outside of this experience, it can be inspired by parts of reality. Oh, I'm inspired by this talk that I went to, and it can think outside of it can think outside of its own known by learning and experiencing more of physical reality. But we have a higher mind that can think even beyond that. It is unlimited. It can think throughout all times, all space, all people. It's the part of you that can connect you with the love of your life that lives on the other side of the world. It's the part of you that can connect you with anything. It can give you creative thoughts. It gives you creative ideas. This is how the inventors of our world get their ideas. It all comes from higher mind, which is the part of us that is not limited. It's completely unlimited, and it knows you completely. It knows all your timelines. There are no limits to what it knows. It also knows everybody else. It's connected to everybody else's higher self. It's connected to the divine. It knows when you say you want something, it knows exactly where it is. Doesn't matter how big it is. It knows how to get you there. It knows how to get you absolutely anything in your life. And so this is why the law of detachment is so important and can be so powerful in our lives, because I want you to imagine that this is you, and you've just identified that you want that beautiful house. And so you have this idea in your mind, I really want that beautiful house. And so you're there thinking, I really want that beautiful house. How can I afford that beautiful house? What can I do? Okay, I can start a business. And then you begin to stress because you think that it's your responsibility to think how can I make this happen? How can I make this happen? You think it's your responsibility to think about it from your limited brain, from your artifact of a brain that cannot think beyond your physical experience. And that creates stress, and that can put you in a fight or flight response. And this is where a lot of people try and create their reality from survival mode. Now, survival mode sounds like you panicking and running from a predator and, being in that fight, flight, freeze, like actively like trying to survive. But actually, a survival response is when you are trying to think about how to do something using your limited physical brain. It's when you are plugged in to physical reality. Okay, when you're in survival, you are in the brain waves that actually shut off your connection to your higher mind. So if you imagine your brain is a radio, when you're in survival mode, you are in high beta, which means your radio is tuned out of being able to receive from this higher, greater known part of you. And you're in survival where you cannot think beyond your limited physical experience. And that is what survival mode is. And a lot of people spend their entire lives in these modes, thinking that they have to work everything out, thinking that they need to use their physical brain to make things happen. But that is not what our physical brain is for. Our physical brain is part of our nervous system, and our physical brain learns from experience. We are supposed to receive creative thought from our higher mind, who isn't limited by a physical experience. So, if you're sitting in your life trying to control your creative experience with your physical mind, that's like driving a car, trying to drive a car without an engine. It's like you're not using your creative higher mind, which can think creatively outside your physical experience. So, a lot of us live in this mode, trying to create reality, trying to create unknown experiences using our physical mind and our nervous system. And also, if we try and use our brain to think outside of the known, that will activate our nervous system, because our nervous system tries to protect us from the unknown. And so if we're using our brain to try and think outside of the known, that activates our nervous system, puts us in fight or flight, and now we are completely plugged into physical reality. We cannot receive any creative thought at all. We're in high beta, and we are just a physical limited being at that point. And so when we use the law of detachment, that is us using our brain how we're supposed to use it, which is we use our brain to experience life. You use your brain to have that physical experience, to look at the experiences that you're having, to collect the data, and to learn about your preferences. And then your higher mind receives that information. Your higher mind learns about your preferences simply from you experiencing life and collecting that data. Your higher mind is constantly observing and aware of your physical experience. And so, if you hang out with a certain person and they're mean, you learn the data that you don't want to be around that kind of person, and that you're not a fan of that kind of behavior. Your higher mind instantly receives that information and aligns you with people who are of your new refined preference. And that's how it works. So this is why the law of detachment is so powerful, because the law of detachment means letting your physical mind let go and allowing a higher, greater knowing part of you to simply deliver what you want to receive. And so let's refine this idea about resting to receive, because resting to receive doesn't necessarily mean lying in bed all day. Resting to receive means staying regulated and staying open to possibility. Resting means not going into that survival mode where you think you have to work everything out. Resting means practicing the vibration of the thing that you want, being the version of you who is aligned with it, and continuing with your life in a state of trust. So that would look like you being in meditation and say, this is what you want to receive. This is a really weird looking crown. Say this is what you want to receive, and you spent time in meditation visualizing this outcome, downloading how you would feel if you had it, becoming that version of you. So some old beliefs are beginning to break away and loosen up and come into your awareness, becoming that version of you, and then continuing your day without thinking that there's more work that you need to do. The work is done. You have experienced the version of you that would have the thing. You know how it energetically feels. And so energetically practice how it feels to be that person, and just trust that you have a higher mind that keeps all of the stars in alignment in the sky. Your manifestation is literally child's play to your higher mind. Your higher mind knows how to create anything. There is nothing on the planet that your higher mind couldn't create. Practice the energy of it. And then trust in a powerful part of you that there is nothing they cannot do. Learning to trust in that powerful part of you, learning to just say, I've given you the orders and I'm going to live in a state of expectation. I'm not going to go into survival mode. I'm not going to go into fight or flight mode. And when my limiting beliefs tell me I'm being lazy, I'm not working hard enough, I'm unworthy, I'm undeserving, I'm incapable. When all of these beliefs come up, I'm just going to say, I'm just right now practicing how it feels to just be in a state of trust in my body, to not to succumb to all of these fearful thoughts and not to go in a survival mode that will cut me off from the part of me that is delivering the things that I've already created, the things that I'm aligned with. It's staying in that open state of receiving. That is how we receive from a part of us that there is nothing it cannot do for you. There is nothing it cannot bring into your life. When you see all of these people that have created insane lives and you think, oh my God, I could never create that. They have access to exactly the same resources as you. No one has access to a greater resource than you. We all have access to the same resources, and that is our higher mind. It is all about being in that state of trust, grounding in that trust, and not allowing ourselves to go in survival where we cut ourselves off from the most powerful part of us. If you have any comments or questions, please do let me know. Lots of love.